What's going on, everybody? Stay tuned, because in this episode, we're going to take and talk about new Baltimore Ravens undrafted free agent, Darius Washington. Stay tuned.
Time to tune in. Now another Sports Center. It's a movement.
This episode, folks, you guys already know, as you guys see by the thumbnail, we're going to talk about new defensive back for the Baltimore Ravens, formerly from Texas Christian University, Darius Washington. This guy's an absolute beast. I want to play a little bit of tape down below, but also as well, I'm going to talk about his pros and strengths and how he's really going to take and complement the secondary for the Baltimore Ravens. Now, for many of you folks are ready to just say, oh, Cleveland Browns, you guys are Super Bowl contenders. Now, they're going to be doing their thing this year, but that doesn't mean that Baltimore Ravens missed a step one bit, okay? Let's talk a little bit about this guy. Now, I'm going to post a few highlights down below. Now, this guy is one of his biggest strengths, okay? It's not his 40 time. The 40 clock was actually not very nice to him on his pro day. But what I did take a like about him, out of the 5'8", 178-pound frame, the guy has an absolute hit stick. And one thing is that he has a tenacity and a knack for knowing where the ball is at all times. He has great field awareness, great at taking and cutting off lanes as well, too. So, I mean, I know tons of cornerbacks who, well, they run super duper fast, you know. Look at Noah Igbeneghu over in Miami, you know, the guy whose parents were Olympic sprinters, and he's just almost there to become an Olympic sprinter. And the guy's 6'2", absolutely big, but then he did absolutely terrible. So size doesn't always mean, a lot of people, they're going to look at a guy, excuse me, a lot of people are going to take a look at a guy and say, wow, he's not that big, you know, let's not draft him. And I think that's probably the number one flaw with this guy's probably his 40 time, and then of course after that his size. But size doesn't mean everything, y'all. And I have to take and say, the guy, he did take and start 15 out of 26 games for TCU, according to my notes here. The guy is, he played majority of the snaps out of 2 high shells. So the guy's an absolute beast. A couple things about him as well, too, he has issues with is taking and breaking off of his blocks. Because he is a smaller guy, he does have issues with that. But if you get this guy in the open field, and could you imagine being the offensive coordinator? Okay, we got someone to take and block Jason Olway. But no, here comes this 5'8" guy who's ready to take your head off. And even though he's 5'8", he plays like he's 6'2", 220 pounds, ready to knock your head off. But very, very excited to take and see how he does. I mean, that secondary just got a lot better. I know a lot of people were saying with the Baltimore Ravens, you know, that, well, they have issues with wide receiver. They don't have many wide receivers. Or they have issues with the O-line. All of those things were addressed in this year's draft. But I must say, my favorite undrafted, and I'm doing this series, y'all, where I'm covering the entire NFL. My favorite undrafted free agent in this whole entire offseason, I have to take and say it's Darius Washington. Hands down, the guy should have took him at latest went in the 4th round. At latest should have went in the 4th round. There's so many more. There's people who he was better than in the 3rd round, okay? I would say he's probably even better than some of the other guys, you know, or at least in the conversation as far as top 5 best safety in the draft. But as you guys know, there was absolute lottery for O-linemen in this year's draft, so that's probably why he slid a little bit as well, too. But nonetheless, check out the highlights below. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like this pickup? Do you guys think he's going to take and make the team? Me personally, if he doesn't make the starting roster, I hope he at least takes and makes the practice squad, because this guy has a lot of heart, and he's going to be an absolute game changer when it comes to game day suiting up for the purple, black, and white Baltimore Ravens. Anywho, that's the episode. You guys go ahead, stay tuned. Make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. I got a lot of dope videos like this. God bless you guys. Have a great night. Peace.
To tune in. Now another Sports Center. It's a movement.